So from your mom's house, and welcome back everybody. I hope you're well. We're back with another speed build. I really enjoyed building this one. It is a family cottage and I'm building here in Henford-on-Bagley. It's this really cute lot called 13 Nettle Lane that I think is aesthetically really nice, but it is a little annoying to build on just because there's a bunch of big trees right in front of the lot that can kind of block your view a little bit and sometimes cause the camera to jump up and down, but I think I worked around it okay and I was happy to finally be back building on this really cute lot. Anyway, this home is for a family of 5 or 4 or 3, depending on if you want people to share beds or not, but it's 3 beds, 2 baths, and it's a little bigger than I usually build my cottages just because I usually like my cottages to be really cozy and like a little tinier, but I think it's still cozy despite being a little bigger. You'll have to let me know what you think. I was working with a reference photo, something that I found on Pinterest, of just this really cute shaped cabin that I thought would translate really well into The Sims. Mostly took the reference for like the shape of the cabin and a little bit of the landscaping, but the rest of it was sort of all me, yours truly. Like the color scheme didn't really translate that well. I just went with like a dark brown instead. Anyway, if I can figure out how to put a photo on screen, then it will be up there. And if I can't, then it will not be up there. So that's something for future editing me to figure out. But I've actually been having a bit of technical difficulties lately. Like, I'm not sure if you noticed, when we started this speed build, there was already a shell down. It wasn't painted or anything, but there was a shell already there when the footage started, and I skipped over the painting of the house as well. So if you're wondering why that is because I lost a little bit of footage. So I don't really know why. Again, I'm not really a computer person. I'm just like struggling and doing my best, like fake it till you make it sort of vibes. But honestly, no worries. Like, I feel like it wasn't too terrible, the amount of footage that I lost, and I was able to sort of edit around it, and I feel like the video still turned out okay. If you're wondering which wallpapers I used, right now I am just using the werewolf wallpapers on the bump outs, that sort of like weathered timber wallpaper that came with that pack, and then I am using a brick right now for the center section that is from Cottage Living, but I do change that for some Tudor wallpapers from Get Together in a second, and I think the color scheme kind of comes together a little bit better once I switch those. But right now I'm just going around and doing a little bit of landscaping. I wanted to have a staircase going up to the front door. In the reference photo, I thought the staircase was really cute, so I wanted to replicate that here. So I had to raise up the cottage quite a bit, and I'm just building the terrain around it to look like it's on this hill. I tried to blend it in as seamlessly as I could with the flat world around it. And I use these Cottage Living stones to sort of cover up any rough edges or ugly parts of the terrain, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm actually quite pleased with the landscaping and the terrain. The thing with it though is because it's so, like, it's all on a slant, like the whole lot now is basically a hill. There's really no flat sections on the lot other than like the very edges. That meant that I couldn't add a cow shed or chickens or really any skill building activities outside without it looking very silly. So it's very empty in the yard. So yeah, apologies for that, but I really do think that it's worth it for the cute landscaping. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think. I added some skill building items inside, so don't worry. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this way you can get out of the lot, you know, get out and about in the world, go to the Finchwick Fair or whatever, you know? Maybe I did it on purpose. We'll never know. Adding a bit of terrain paint. It does disappear a few times, so If you notice me repainting the train a couple of times, that's why. And then here's that new wallpaper I was talking about. So cute. Love it. And yeah, I also added some weathered fences around the edge of the lot just because I thought it would look really cute and like run down and just like add a bit of extra detail. Those fences are from the werewolf pack in the debug menu. I've said this before, but the debug fences from werewolves are better than any of the other debug fences that look like it. The base game and a couple of other packs have very, very similar fences, but they're like a different color that, in my opinion, just isn't as nice. So I'm a big fan of the werewolf fences. And then now I've switched to the evening lighting, and honestly, it looks so much cuter. I don't know why I didn't start with the evening lighting. And I'm adding some vines, these little wisteria wall growing vines from Cottage Living, and just decorating the outside of the house. Now we are moving on to the interior, and I'm making a little floor plan. You've got like a little entryway by the front door that leads right to the stairs. You've got one bedroom downstairs, two upstairs, a bathroom on each floor, and then like, of course, you've got kitchen, dining, living downstairs as well. This is actually my second time furnishing the interior. I tried once before and it just wasn't working out. I don't know if you guys ever get this, but sometimes when I come into my game, or like if I've been building for a while, I feel like everything I do is ugly, and for some reason nothing's coming out the way I want it to. I end up like bulldozing my lot a bunch of times or like restarting a bunch of times, and no matter what I do I can't figure it out, and then I just take a little break and then I'm fine. Like I'll be freaking out like, I can't build anymore, like I'm so sad, I've lost all my skills, I can never build again, I don't know what happened. And then like I'll take like 30 minutes to go like watch some Netflix, drink some tea, I don't know, and then come back and I'm like totally fine. False alarm, I'm good. But that's what happened here. So I had done a whole previous attempt of furnishing the downstairs and I just hated it. So I just went back, restarted, took a little break, and I'm much more happy with the second attempt. I'm really glad that I tried again because I think it comes out really, really cute. Anyway, I've started furnishing this main area. You've got a dining space and a kitchen space and living space in this main area. This is probably the squishiest part of the house. It was a little tricky figuring out the floor plan, and I had to make a little bit of a sacrifice to make it work. I had to make the living area a little squishy, so you'll see that in a minute. I am so sorry if you don't like squishy living areas, but I don't know, I preferred this floor plan out of all the ones that I tried just because you've got like a nice spacious kitchen and you had room for a full dining table with many chairs. It really just worked better all around. I won't go into everything that wasn't working from before, but trust me, this is the best floor plan that I could do. Now we are working on the little kitchen area, and this is very much a Cottage Living kitchen. The appliances, Cottage Living, the counters, cabinets, the sink, that's all Cottage Living, as well as the clutter, that cute little green pot in the corner there, those jars, and this little adorable bunny statue. To the right of the fridge, you've also got a cute little wooden box of turnips and a paper bag of groceries. Those two items are from the debug menu of the Cottage Living pack, and I don't know, I just really love the debug menu and the clutter that came from that pack. Like, I don't know, everyone says it, but the Cottage Living debug and live edit items are chef's kiss. They're amazing. Now we are working on this squishy little living area I had mentioned. I guess this is a lot of Cottage Living too. I should really stop saying Cottage Living so much, but even though it's really squishy, this living area is still functional. I play tested everything. You've got a cozy little fireplace, which I thought was very important to include because this house has 3 chimneys. So I figured I should at least add one fireplace. You know, I can't really get away with 3 chimneys and no fireplace, but yeah, I add this cute little plant in the corner, an armchair from Cats and Dogs, and now I'm making some little pillows out of towels. I am using the tool mod to rotate those around and just add, you know, some makeshift little pillows on the couch. Couch is still functional, don't worry. Adding a basket of blankets here on the coffee table, as well as some books. And right above the couch there, that is one of my favorite wall decor items. I don't know, just something about like the fun little gallery of maps. It's just really, really cute. So it's really expensive, so I try not to use it all the time, but I figured I'll make an exception because it went so well in this living room. Now I'm just cluttering up the fireplace with some books and stuff like that. I thought of adding a television, but I didn't in the end just because I felt like, you know, it's a bit of an old-fashioned house. Maybe they don't have a TV, but if you wanted to, you could definitely add one of the smaller ones to the mantle there. I think that would be totally fine. It would fit really nicely. Yeah, just make sure that you fill the slots above the mantle, if that makes sense, so that it doesn't slot to the very tippy top, and then you can just like use the 9 key to bring it up to the mantle, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't mind if you change anything up in my builds. Go for it, bulldoze the whole thing, change everything, rearrange it, I don't care. It's all on the gallery, by the way. You can look for the hashtag Alicia Sims, or I'll put my gallery ID down below so you can find this and any of my builds that you might be interested in playing in. And now we are just working on this little front entry space. I finally get around to adding a front door, because I guess I forgot to do that before, but yeah, not much to say about this space. I try to just make it look cute and lived in, but yeah. I actually have some friends coming to visit me later today. They're gonna stay with me for a couple of days, and I maybe shouldn't be doing a voiceover right now. Like, maybe I should be cleaning for when they come over, but I figured like if I do my voiceover now, then I can put away all my recording equipment and like it'll be a little less cluttered. So I've sort of convinced myself that this voiceover is a part of my cleaning. That's a lie. That's a very big stretch. I am aware that I am telling myself a lie to make myself feel better about doing this voiceover right now, but that's okay. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. But yeah, I really like that front entryway. I think it's really, really cute. I like the little snowy escape chair that I placed in the front there with the throw. I end up reusing that upstairs as well because I just thought it was so cute. And now we are starting on this first bedroom. So I figured this bedroom was for a teen, but of course you can have anyone living here, totally up to you. I used the Cottage living bed, the cute little cottagey one with the metal frame and the fun bedspread. I don't think I've ever used this yellow and blue swatch before, but I tried it out today and I thought it was really, really cute, and I'm so glad that I did. I don't know why I've never used it. It's so adorable. And I paired it with this little stool at the end of the bed that is from Laundry Day. I thought it went perfectly with the bedspread, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a genius. This is the best thing that anyone's ever done. Best builder ever. But yeah, I was really pleased with that. I don't know, something about it's just really, really cute, and I love the way the screenshots turned out. I add a skill building item in here, a little easel right next to the dresser, and some sketches behind it. I imagine this sim was something of an artist, and I add some paintings on the wall and a little bit of clutter and just try to make this space really cute. I also add a ribbon on the wall, like a little ribbon. I don't know, maybe she won or he. I guess I imagine the person living here was a girl, or they. But anyway, I imagine that this sim, whoever you choose to live here, won a ribbon for either something at the Finchwick Fair or something to do with their art. I don't know. I just make the builds, okay? The rest of that, that's up to you, okay? I'm just here to build the houses and leave. Most of the time I don't even make the Sims that live here. Sometimes I'll like imagine a little bit of a storyline, but most of the time I don't. But yeah, now we are moving on into the first bathroom. This is right off at the dining area, but I really like the color scheme of this bathroom. I don't know, something about it just really spoke to me. Like, it's got a few green accents, but mostly it's just neutral. You've got this really, really pretty stone floor. That's base game. I'm sure you've all seen it before, but I paired it with this really subtle sort of white, off-white brick from Cottage Living that is just really, really cute to me. And then I add just like some green accents, like with the towels, and I add a plant above the toilet. And I don't know, it's just cute. It's a cute bathroom. There's also a bathroom upstairs, a little bit smaller, but I don't show that on camera, if I'm not mistaken. I just figured one would be good enough, and I also lost the footage, so even if you wanted to see that bathroom, you can't. Don't worry, there is screenshots of it, so if you're very, very curious, if you're just dying to know, then yeah, you can see it in the screenshots. But anyway, now we're moving on upstairs. This is the parents' bedroom, and I did a fancy little fun thing with the curtains there. I wanted it to sort of, I don't know, be like a little fancier in the parents' bedroom, so I connect the two curtains with like a third little curtain at the top, and I think it just looks, you know, still cohesive, but a little bit elevated, if that makes sense. And I thought that was really, really cute. I add these side tables from Cats and Dogs in a white swatch, and then I add the same rug from the living room, but I use two of them to make it a little better, and I think it just goes really nicely with the bed. I don't know, I feel like I was really pleased in this build with how each room had like its own color scheme and was like different, but still cohesive with each other, if that makes sense. Like, I used the same bed as I used in the first bedroom downstairs, but I changed the color scheme to be like this really cute olive green, and I think it just goes really nicely. So I was really, really happy with this room. Now I'm just figuring out what I want to put on this other wall, and in the end I do add an extra window because why not? I thought it filled up the space nicely, but for now I'm just experimenting with some paintings and stuff. And then I found this ironing board that I really wanted to use, but I didn't know where, so I ended up just putting it downstairs in the living room. I got a little sidetracked there. I just got distracted and just like, oh my god, that dog in the movie Up when he sees a squirrel. I know that's like a bit of a stale joke, but that's me. When I see something that I want to put in another part of the build, I'm like, oh my god, this would go great in the living room, and I just like jump around, totally forget I'm trying to make a cohesive video. And now we are just adding a little bookcase out here in the hallway and a chair. That's it for this hallway space. You could definitely add a computer up here. I decided not to. I didn't really want any technology in this house. But I know that that is pretty, you know, essential for gameplay, so if you want to, you can totally switch that out for a computer. And yeah, I think we'll be moving into the last bedroom in just a second here, which I'll have to be honest with you is my favorite out of all three. It's only got a single bed, so I imagine maybe this is a kid or a preteen, like a little younger than the other kids, but again, you can have anyone live here, of course. I don't know, I just love the color scheme, the bed, and I add a little chair with like a little teddy bear on it towards the end, and it's so cute. And I add this fancy little clock that I think goes with sort of like the reddish, pinkish color scheme just really nicely. I don't know, I love this room. If I could live in any of these rooms, I would want to live in this one. But yeah, we're pretty much coming to the end of this video, so I really hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and help me out a little bit, or subscribe if you like this sort of content, if this is your cup of tea. I post videos like this a couple times a week, no firm schedule, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I'll leave the link down below to the gallery if anyone wants to get this build or any of my other builds. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!